Hello, and welcome to ED 606. This is the Principles of Science and Technology in General and Special Education, grades 7 through 12. My name is Dr. Laura Sagan, and I will be your instructor for this course. Just to give you a little bit about me, I've been in education for 25 years, 16 as a social studies teacher in both the high school and the middle school level. I've been an administrator for 9 years as a middle school principal, assistant principal, and I've also been a curriculum director for the humanities, which would include English and social studies. My job this semester with you is to give you the skills that you need in order to have a successful student teaching assignment and then your first career job as a teacher. I'm going to give you the skills that you need. I often call them the tools for your toolbox. The goal of this course is to give you as many tools for your toolbox that you will need in order to be successful when you start to plan lessons and units so that your students will be successful, and that's the main goal, is student achievement. What I'd like to do is I'd like to go over some of the course requirements. The first one I would like for you to look at is the textbook, which if you click over on the left-hand column, you'll see our textbook is called Teaching Secondary School Science, Strategies for Developing Scientific Literacy. And what I have provided for you here are links to various publishers that you can order your textbook for, and it's got the corresponding prices. I think this is probably the most cost-effective one for you. It's called half.com. If you click on it, it brings you up. This is our textbook. This is what it looks like, and then it gives you what the price is. This is going to be a good resource, so you're probably going to want to get this book. Yes, you can get it online and rent it, but I'm really thinking that this is something that you're going to want to have as as a very good resource. So we're not going to need it for about 2 weeks, so you have 2 weeks in order to order this, but get it as soon as you can so that you can familiarize yourself with what the book entails. All right. The next thing that I would like to do is I'd like to go over course requirements. Let's see if we go on here. What do we have? Course information. The course requirements. Basically, every week I'm going to be giving you some either chapters out of your textbook, or I'm going to give you articles. Since we don't have a textbook yet, for this week I've given you a chapter that I'm going to want you to read, but every week you're going to have something to read, and then there'll be a corresponding presentation. And I want you to read and watch all of the presentations, because each week you'll also be given a quiz. Quizzes are worth 10% of your grade, and the quizzes are going to be based on information that you can find in your textbook and you can find in the presentations. You'll only have one chance to take this quiz, so please make sure that you're doing it at the end of everything that I'm asking you to do so that you can get the best grade possible. This is an online class, so I encourage you, if you come up with a question that you don't understand, go back to your reading, go back to the presentations in order to find that information. Also, each week you're going to be asked to participate in a discussion board, and if you click on here, it's going to come up with your presentation rubric, or your discussion board rubric, sorry. And I don't know what's going on here. All right, in any case, you can click on that when you have the opportunity to do it, but I would like you to look at the criteria. Basically, I'm looking at mine on my other computer. The criteria is a timely discussion and contributions, responsiveness to the discussion, and then your opinions and and the connections that you make. And there are 5 levels to this rubric, going from a level 1, which is novice, to a level 5, which is advanced. I would like you to look over the rubric, and you should be aiming for a level 4, which is distinguished. And in this category, what I am looking for is at least 6 postings, so minimum of 6 postings. If you go more than 6 postings, obviously you're going to start getting into the advanced level. And I would like you to make comments to what it is that we're discussing on that particular week. Make comments to make an initial answer based on what it is, and then go back on other days in order to respond to what your classmates are saying. And it's more than I agree with Janie, I agree with Bobby. It's more give a reason why, either based on past experiences, or what I'm specifically looking at is that you're referencing information that was discussed in the presentation or in the chapter reading that you're going to be doing, or any other professional reading that you've done, or something that you found on the internet. And if you find something in addition to what we've talked about in class, then I would like you to provide that link. And if it's something that I feel everyone should be looking at, it's something that I'm going to probably be adding to course materials. And I would like you to make connections. Your first discussion board is actually on a science teacher that you've had in the past, so you will definitely be able to do that. If some weeks, this first week is not part of it, I'm also going to be asking you to do some kind of a journal entry. Research is showing that the more you have students reflect and write about what it is that they're learning, they actually go deeper into the learning. So I'm going to be asking you to do some journal writing in various formats so that you have examples to use with your students. And yes, you are taking a science methods class, and yes, students need to read and write in science as well. So discussion boards are going to be worth 25% of your grade, and so also are journal writing entries. This week you only have a discussion board, not a journal entry. All throughout the semester, I'm going to be asking you to make materials. Since it's a methods class, I feel very strongly that you need to start making materials for your students to be using. And depending on what it is that we're talking about is going to be what you're going to be asked to learn. So I'm going to be asking you to make such things as textual and or kinesthetic materials. I'm going to be asking you to create a team learning. I'm going to be asking you to find some nonfiction reading, some writing prompts, doing do now activities, exit tickets. We're also going to be focusing on formative and summative assessments. So what's going to be happening is you're going to be creating materials throughout the semester that then you're going to start having available for you to use when you actually do your student teaching, or you do your, when you get your first job. This is going to be also worth 25% of your grade. And then there will be a final exam for this course, which will be worth 15% of your final grade. All right. One thing that I would like you to do for the first week is, if you go over here to course material, you'll see I'm going to be adding a lot of different things for you to be using. And if you go here to week 1, this is where you're going to find the PowerPoint presentation for this week, and also any kind of handouts. And this happens to be the chapter that I want you to read, which is coming from this book, Effective Supervision, which was written by Robert Marzano and company. And it is taking his proposed model of teacher evaluation, and we're going to be using that as a basis throughout the course. And today I'm just going to be giving you a introduction to the 4 domains, and then you're actually going to start working with those 4 domains. Along with that, let's go back. Sorry, course materials. If you click down, you're going to see the New York State Science Standards. It's going to bring you to the SED website, and it's going to give you all of the science standards from K through 12. What I would like you to do is become familiar with the science standards. And in 2 weeks, at the end of week 2, what I'm going to ask you to do is zero in on a grade level that you'd like to become an expert in this semester, and then further drill down to a particular unit that you would like to work on. And that is the unit that you're going to be developing and creating all of your materials for this semester. So if you wanted to do earth science and you wanted to do hurricanes, that would be the unit that you would be working on, and everything, the team learning, the nonfiction reading and writing, the writing prompts, the formative and summative assessments, all would be created around your unit on weather. So just to give you a heads up, if you want to start thinking about this, once you find a unit or a couple of units that you're not really sure about and you're going to do a little bit more work on over the next couple of weeks, I will be asking you to write 5 to 7 objectives for that particular unit, and then corresponding vocabulary words, because one of the weeks we're going to be actually looking at how do you teach vocabulary, content-specific vocabulary. So start to think about what unit you would like to be developing. And again, week 2, I'll be going over how to write objectives, how to start planning for a unit. So right now, you're just doing some work to see what you're going to be doing. Okay. All right, and then if you go over here to discussion board, you'll see that there are 2 discussion boards. This first one, Introduction Icebreaker, is voluntary. It's just going to give you an opportunity to get to know me to get to know you, and then you to get to know some of the other classmates. I believe right now we have 7 or so people who are signed up, and then this is the discussion board which will be graded, which is called Attitudes and Perceptions. And this basically is reflecting on a teacher, science teacher, that you had in middle school or high school that somehow impacted you, and it could be negatively, it could be positively, and how is that person shaping the type of teacher you're going to be, or the type of teacher you want to be. That could either be what are some things that you would like to replicate, or what are some things that you definitely want to change about it, reflected back to the 4 domains of Robert Marzano. So please make sure you're reading that book, go through the presentation, and then talk about going and do this discussion board, and then probably end up doing your quiz. But however you want to do it is totally fine. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Let's see, we can go right here to faculty information. Is that coming up? No. There we go. There's a picture of me at a Red Sox game. Yes, I am a Red Sox fan. You'll hear more about that. But here's my email address and my phone number. So please feel free, if you have any questions, have any concerns, give me a call. That's all we have to do. So thank you so much. This is going to be a great course, and I'm really looking forward to helping you develop your skills as a teacher. Thank you.